This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 1999 F350 Super Duty Extra Cab. It's a 4-door Extra Cab. It's a 7.3 turbo diesel. It's 2-wheel drive. It's an XLT, which is cloth with windows and locks, etc. It's a dual rear wheel. Obviously, it's got that walk-in utility box on it, and it's pretty damn ugly. When I bought it initially, I thought, I'm just going to buy it just to be a parts truck. And then when we brought it in, whoever had it didn't take very good care of it cosmetically, obviously, but it runs great. And so if you're just looking for a work truck, and and the other thing that was a good clue on this thing was that it had brand new tires on it when we got it. So it was a dealer trade-in, and I believe it was O'Reilly Chevrolet. And obviously they're just going to send this thing to the wholesalers or to wherever, and we ended up with it, and honestly didn't think it would get to our online sales, and it made it easily mechanically. Really nice truck. We did do an inspection, and this is what the inspection looks like, and this is what we did. Rear brake pads, number 8 injector was replaced. It had a little bit of a miss in the scanner, said that was the issue. Got new hood shocks. The windshield was cracked, so got a new windshield. Passenger side mirror wasn't working, so that's new. License plate light bulb was replaced. The shift lever was broken, so we got a new one of those. Driver door lock cylinder was replaced, and both front seats were completely torn up, so we sent them out and had them recovered. Still, this thing is just an ugly, good running work truck. There's zero pretty about this thing. So if you need pretty, this isn't it. If you need a work truck, this is probably really it. Can't make it look any worse by backing into anything, so there you go. The only thing I would suggest if you own it is to use your working skills and put new handles on all the doors and stuff in here. You'll see why in a second. A couple of the door handles are about ready to go. A couple of them have gone, and they've kind of half-assed ways around it. I mean, what you're buying here is a really good work truck with a 7.3 motor that has no blow-by at all, and a brand new set of tires. I'm told the radio is stuck on one station, which in Tucson would be 93.7. So that's what you got there. So if that bothers you, go to Best Buy and spend $100 and have them put in a entry-level radio. Anyway, here's my camera. I'll be taking pictures of it in a second. I'm trying to keep this thing as simple as can be. Obviously, it's missing door trim, seat adjusters missing here. This is a work truck. We tried to keep it as entry-level as we could. We had to recover some of the seats here, like the front edge of this seat's recovered. A lot of the seat is on that side is recovered. There's a manual. Let's see, Jason's opener. There's a rack above the cab. These are little dividers that go up in here. Like I said, you got some brand new tires here. So somebody liked it enough, at least mechanically, to spend $700 or $800, maybe more, on tires. This walk-in box. Got a bunch of shelves in here. Got tow hitch. This is what I'm talking about by handles. This is the setup you've got. There's a lock. We do have a key for it. Obviously, you need to replace handles. This little plexiglass is missing, but I mean, again, none of this stuff you need if you're working, and if you don't, whoever owns this thing will probably know how to fix this thing in an afternoon if they want to fix any of these handles at all, or not. All that stuff is dividers for these shelves. This door has the same thing. See how we're doing that guy. So, like I said, a bunch of these and probably an afternoon, and you would have a lot of what needs to be done on this thing handled. But some people aren't going to care. Most people aren't going to care. Most people are just going to want to know if it runs well or not, and it does. It runs really well. There are 2 keys for the lock on the back door. Here's your Carfax. It was a 1-owner vehicle, which is impressive. It has 216,000 miles now. Nothing going on. That's just a boring Carfax. Just the kind we got. 186,000. Blah, 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 blah. Jack Furrier's 213,000 miles. Tires replaced. So at 213,000, it got new tires 3,000 miles ago. All right, this will go in the glove box. I will fire this thing up. I'll show you under the hood. We'll be looking for Ford stamps on both fenders and on both sides of the core support, which will tell you that everything under the hood, in the front end, is original. If you don't see those Ford stamps, then you know that something's been replaced. And usually when you replace parts up front, it's because they've been crashed. So, we're looking for Ford stamps on both sides of the core support and the fenders. There's one there. That is a beautiful thing. Should be another one right here. There is. Stickers where they belong. Should be another one right there. And another one right there. There you go. New windshield. It's an overhead rack. Like I said, if you're going for beauty, this is not your guy. If you're going for a truck that runs good, then this will be fine. There's your passenger or driver window, passenger window, door locks. Let's see, mirrors, driver out and in and up and down. Other side, the other side's new. Passenger side is a new mirror. Down and up, obviously that works fine. Tilt wheel, that works fine. The seat, pretty much the whole seat cushion part has been replaced. This is all new on this seat. It looked like 50 people gotten a switchblade fight in this thing, in the seats, so they had to be replaced. Let me get a seatbelt on here. Okay, first of all, we need air because it's hot. And even though it's October in Tucson, it's warm. There we go. That's nice. Anyway, like I said, the radio, if you like 93.7 and you live in Tucson, you're good to go. But that's the only thing that works. So you probably need a radio unless you really like KRQ, and KRQ is for kids here in Tucson, so I imagine the person who's driving this thing will probably go insane. There's overdrive off and on, off and on. Let's see, what else we got? We got cruise control. And it's time to go for a ride. Turn the air down so you can hear me better. Alright, if you come to Tucson to drive this thing home, you're welcome to do that. You're going to pay tax and dock fees. To figure out what you're going to pay in taxes, if you come here to pick it up in person, all you have to do is add 2% city sales tax here in Tucson to your state tax rate. If your state tax rate is 3%, then you're going to pay 5%. If it's 7%, you'll pay 9%. Then you add a $250 dock fee, and you'll know what you're paying. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is your agreed upon price, and that's it. Once we receive your wire, we'll fill out the title with your company's name or your personal name and address. We'll sign it, notarize it, scan it into your online file so you'll be able to see it even before it hits the mail. We'll even scan in the envelope that we mail it in. You'll be able to see that before it even gets to the mail, okay? Then we'll mail it to you. You'll receive the title, most likely before the truck gets shipped to you. Very rarely does the truck or the vehicle beat the mail, but sometimes it does. Anyway, once the truck and the mail are in your hands, wherever it is, then you'll just take it to your motor vehicles and get plates or whatever you need to do. This thing runs great, and for being such a big rig, and you know what we say in our ads that Fords are notorious for sloppy steering. Their steering boxes are pretty loose, like right off the factory line. In fact, there was a Top Gear about that when they took a Ford truck in England, and Jeremy was driving the Ford truck, and he let go of the steering wheel, and it was just like floating everywhere, and he would turn it, nothing would happen. So, but this truck, for being a 216,000 mile big truck, is doing pretty good. It's actually fairly tight. Got a little bit of play in it, but not much. They're usually quite a bit worse than that. So, I don't know, mechanically speaking, you've got quite a truck here. Deposits. Please get your deposit in. Once we get your deposit, after we've accepted your offer, we will put your name and a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com, and you'll know it's yours. Until we receive the deposit, it's for sale. This is a work truck. It's going to be very affordable. The price will be excellent. So whoever is on this truck and we negotiate a price needs to get their deposit in, or they're likely to get beat, which is what happened last week to a guy on a 2000 F350. Guy in Vegas got it, but he was second in the offers accepted in about a 10-minute period. And the guy in New Haven, Connecticut is really pissed off, thinking that we screwed him somehow. Well, all he has to do is know how to work his credit card, if he had one. Maybe that's why. But make sure you get your deposit in so you don't have to deal with that disappointment, and you don't go through all the effort of figuring out what you want to pay, and we accept it, and then you can't get it done, or you don't get it done. Warranty, obviously there is none. 216,000 miles. It's a 99. It's almost old enough to vote. It's almost old enough to join the military and smoke. In a couple of years, it'll be old enough to drink. The people who built this gave it X amount of miles and X amount of years for warranty. Basically, they're saying they don't know what's going to happen after those numbers are passed, and it's way, way past those numbers. So if they don't know what's going to happen to it, there's a really good chance that we don't know more than they know. Okay, so while we're very good, we are experts on 7.3s, I would say that you probably have to accept the fact that there's risk involved in buying this truck, obviously, and if something breaks, you need to go get it fixed. Okay, we are not going to write a check for anything that's broken here. Okay, if it shows up the first day and it's broken, go get it fixed. What you have here is what you have here. A lot of information, many HD pictures that you can zoom in on, a 15-minute video, the titles in the ad, I showed you the Carfax. Not much more we can do. But we will be divorced from this vehicle when you own it. So if you're not liking that idea, please stay away from it. There's plenty of people who wear big pants, big boy pants, and big girl pants that understand this, okay, and don't want or don't realize, don't assume they're going to get something that isn't going to break. Everything on this road, everything driving on every road will break, and sometimes they break when they're brand new too. Okay, like the Jaguar that I know. So please just be aware that there's risk and be willing to accept that risk. Okay, thank you for your time.